Hello, I'm Marina and the Diamonds, and you're listening to Gimme A Beat.
How did you get to the point where you said, I want to be a musician and I'm going to be famous and this is...
It's weird because for people around me, it must have seemed like such a shock, but to me, it was almost like the most natural plan in the world. You know, when someone knows what they're going to be, and I just knew instinctively from like 9, 10 years old that I was going to do something that involved performing, or in my head as a small child it was like I saw it as like something that made me give myself. Then when I was 15, around that age, I thought I need to be a singer, and didn't tell anyone until I was 18. I moved.
How come?
Because I was not prepared to let anyone tell me I couldn't do it. You know, I came from a family who, my dad was very strict, but an incredible person, and my mum was kind of the opposite. She was very, non-judgmental, let me be who I wanted to be. So both sides were very black and white, and I just thought, I'm not going to tell anybody until I can make it happen. So I didn't really sing out loud until I was 19, didn't write a song until I was 20, but I always was a very lyrical person, wrote a lot of poetry when I was a child, so it was almost like everything was kind of there. And at 19 I worked my arse off for 3 years and no one wanted to know, like no one would sign me, no one would even take my cassette, and it was because I wasn't very good, just I wasn't didn't know how to kind of rein my talent and ideas in. And then one day I bought a laptop and I started to produce my music, and within 6 months I was managed by someone at Warner Records, and everything like started happening.
But how come nobody wanted to sign? I mean, you have such a specific and amazing voice, it's hard for me to believe this, you know?
I don't know, because back then it was a different voice, it wasn't trained, and now, after years of touring and studio work, it's getting better and better. But at the time, it's not like I'd been singing since I was 9. I sang from 19 onwards, basically, and had this, like, crazy dream in my head.
And now you're famous, and is it, like, everything you ever expected? Are you disappointed? Are you happy where you are? You still want to do much more?
I'm not happy at all. In my head, I am nothing, as in I haven't achieved anything yet. I don't think I'm famous. I see fame as if you walk down the street and everyone turns around, that's when you're famous. And until that happens, I'm not famous. So it's going to be a long wait.
Well, I don't
maybe
think
not.
you're so far away.
No, I'm not too far away, but I see it in very old school terms. I love the idea of a really old school star, and I don't want to be anything but at least that, I really, the artists that I really admire always had a huge vision, with their videos and artwork, everything was a package. So
who are those artists?
People like Madonna, David Bowie. I'm not like a mega fan of him, but I really respect how he pulled everything together into his own vision. Madonna I love. People like Prince, Kate Bush did that as well. Who else do I really love who did that? Well, there aren't many superstars out there, so, there are very few people who are fucking great at everything. And I want to, I aspire to be that.
Yeah, I've read somewhere where you said, like, somebody asked you, so are you happy with 2010? And you're like, no, I thought I would be bigger then. That's why I asked about that.
At least I'm truthful.
What is your favorite song from your album?
Probably I'm Not a Robot.
When we were talking about the album, this is what she said at the end of our conversation.
That's what I really loved about what people took from the first album, because I'm so interested in the human condition, really, and in human behaviour and why people act certain ways. I think because it's all with the aim to be the most natural person I can be, especially in this industry, and to be as truthful as you can. I think truth and honesty are really integral to you know, my goals in life. It's just so, you know, important.
I read an article about the guy from Enemy. They said they met you first time when you were doing a promo for your first single. Yeah. And you said that one of your goals, I mean, there were few things that you wanted to do in the future. One of your goals was that in 3 years from that time, you want to perform in a Beat Music Award.
They just say that because they want to me seem like some like delusional extremist, which I might be. I didn't say in 3 years. I said eventually I would love to perform. Yeah. You can't do that in 3 years unless your music is super commercial. And my first album wasn't. It was, you know, it was a mixture of both, which garnered a really solid fan base because it was people who weren't buying into you just because it was like a trend, because they loved the music.
Yeah, I think what is amazing about your album is very retro. Like everything I loved in 80s, I can see also influences of that. But also like it's very fresh. It's not really just a pop album, even though it's very poppy. Yeah. I mean, it's a perfect mix of cool stuff, but done in the way, you know, like Simpsons, for example. You know, it's like...
Yeah, it's not orthodox in that there's a lot of personality fused into it.
And it's also like, it is mainstream, but it's not totally mainstream.
Yeah.
Like it's not cheesy mainstream or something. So how did you create, like, tell me about this album.
I mean, in a way I wish I had been 100% mainstream because I'm aware that I've created something special, that if I went and did 12 dance tracks, you know, with people who were writing the songs for me, it wouldn't be the same. But I don't know, I did it because in that way, because I wasn't I'm not a trained musician, and so I think of things that are outside of what maybe a trained musician might think of, because I think, well, let's do anything. Why should a track just be stuck in this genre? I don't even think of genres because I don't recognise them. I'm that stupid, you know, I'm not that uneducated about music that I don't think as soon as I start writing one, I don't recognise it like, oh, this is a disco track. I don't even think about production until the lyrics are done, everything is composed on piano, and then I let the production follow the theme, what it's about.
But it seems very personal, like lyrics, the music, it seems like something that you would enjoy, and I think it's pretty obvious through your videos, for example, that you are really into that, what you created. And is this true?
Yeah, 100%. I'm as involved as they can stand. I think it's always good to have a balance between artists and the creative team, but it's just, I just love my job so much. I'm so happy because I really love the visual side of things.
And what is your favorite video?
Of mine?
Yes.
Hollywood or Robot, because Robot was so cheap. We spent hardly any money on it. So.
And every of your singles had a video, so you're going to continue in this way with the new songs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, already I can't say it yet, but in the next few weeks there's going to be some stuff coming out. And
new songs?
Maybe. Yeah. One of them is not a single. I've done a video for it.
Okay, good.
I just think, why not? If the label are going to pay, then I'm like, yay. You know. Good.
Talking about the new songs, there was this whole story about the leaking songs, and I really liked, I read what you wrote in your blog about to your fans and how you handled it, but I also saw your interview when you said that you involved police and stuff. So how do you feel now about it? I mean, did it disturb your creative process of creating a new album, or?
Yeah, at the time, I just, you know what, I think I trusted my fan base too much, and I know that sounds really cruel. It's not that I blame any fans. It's, you know, it's a few sad people who like to do this to many artists. But I just thought I've been too open with people, and
yeah, you're very involved.
Yeah, but and I think, well, why should I? You know, I'm interviewed, photographed, videoed every single day. I don't need to, you know, have because I used to blog a lot and all that kind of thing, and I just kind of grew very tired of it. I think. Got to be really careful how much energy you give to certain people, and so I don't know.
Do you think that's a price of fame?
Yeah, I think it is. It's made me think very differently about things, actually.
Yeah.
It's so funny because maybe 2 years ago I would have been like, I don't care, you know. I was very like mouthy, and I'm sure I still will be in interviews when it's appropriate. I'll always give my opinion and be truthful, but I don't ever want to court fame. I think you really lose something, and I'm not sad enough, you know, or like unloved enough to have to do that, because a real lust for fame, for just pure fame, nothing to do with talent, is really weird. And I don't want to be one of those people.
I think so. Yeah, you don't seem like that.
Oh,
You're too much fun. You're having too much fun somehow.
Yeah.
Now going to this second album that will probably come sometime soon.
Yeah.
What is this album going to be about? Are you opening some new subjects that you didn't?
Yeah, it's a concept album, actually. It's about, without saying too much, it focuses on the idea of roles and characters. It's not about an alter ego or anything like that. It's more, I really like the idea of combining Greek mythology with pop culture in a weird way. And I think I've done that. I'm very interested in ancient Greek tragedy. I've been doing a lot of research on that. And it's not to say that the songs are about this, but there's a common theme running through it. I love the songs. It's more darker, more electronic, much colder feeling album, and more pop as well. But I've just become a better songwriter as well, because I've kind of let go of, you know, like I was so uptight about writing with other people, and I've done it this year. I've written with, you know, dance producers, really pop people who I never thought I would have, you know, wanted to work with, and they've taught me so much. So, you know, I've become a really much happier person, and hopefully better artist. So,
are you writing all the songs by yourself, or you are co-writing with some people?
It's been weird, because some of the all of the songs, okay, so the first album I wrote like 8 on my own and 4 I co-wrote. So for this one, I've always started the songs at home. And for a long time I was like, no, I want to write the whole album alone, but I couldn't get the effing choruses, or I couldn't get a verse, and to like many of the songs. And so I thought, you know what, why don't you just try to go with other people, maybe it'll inspire you. And like that, it was like, so it's still got the feeling of depth that, because you know, with some co-writes they feel a bit like they don't have depth because they've been written very quickly. All of these songs I'm so happy with, because it's been the opposite. I've actually, you know, like maybe the verse will be something that I wrote in like on tour in America, and then I went to a producer and then got a chorus, and I was like, oh my god, okay, these fit together. And then other ones, you know, I've written totally on my own on my piano. Other ones I've just co-written in a room. So it's a huge mix, but I'm so excited about it.
Are you going to perform anything tonight?
Yeah, I've got two new songs. One will be on the album.
And what is next for you? Like, what is after Lucerne?
I'm going to Sweden tomorrow, Östersund, and then I've got some other festivals, and then some new music soon as well.
Yay! I'm looking forward to that.
So yeah, we are very excited to hear Electric Heart. In the meantime, as I said, you can pre-order Radioactive, or you can buy the debut album from Marina, The Family Jewels, if you liked what you heard in tonight's show. But definitely catch Marina anywhere where she's performing live, because she's just simply awesome. Now, before finishing this focus on Marina and the Diamonds, for every of the artists that I interview, I actually, as a little present, I give them the T-shirt with the logo of my radio show and the fan page written on it. And it was really funny when I gave it to Marina. This was her reaction.
Oh, thank you.
This is a T-shirt.
Oh my god, do you know what? I actually need a tank. I've got like no clothes with me. Thank
this
you.
Is the logo of my radio show, and this is my fan page.
And this is a cool logo. Oh, thank you. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Marina and the Diamonds, and you're listening to Gimme A Beat.